Celtics Talk podcast is presented by 24autogroup.com. New England gets more at 24.
Our long national nightmare is over.
I have a win this season. That is inaccurate.
Can't prove it.
Quit pinning this on me, Forsberg.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Celtics Talk podcast. Chris Forsberg, Abby Chin.
What's up? Finally coming to you after a win. And it had been not a guaranteed win.
No, at first we were very much on you about the fact that this team still did not look like it was going to have a win on an Abby night.
Who was this proverbial we? It was you.
Yeah, pretty much me.
Okay.
And then Anfernee Simons said, "You know what, Abby? I'm not going to let you endure that."
He's my guy. That's my guy, Anfernee Simons.
Well, we're going to spend a lot of time on Anfernee Simons, and 39 points. Tied the most points, or tied or broke. I saw it on a graphic and post-up. It said he had the most. I don't know if that meant he was tied or if he just
off the bench on the road.
Off the bench on the road, most points, 39.
Yes,
it's impressive.
It's very
always
impressive.
A bummer that you didn't get.
And
40.
Especially 18 in the fourth quarter.
18. They needed them all.
They needed every single last one of them. But the Inferno could not be cooled. We had a fire extinguisher earlier, and we were very tempted to pull the pin.
Let me just tell you how.
But we did not.
We did not. But let me just tell you how things work around here. So I said out loud, hey, we should Anfernee was so hot.
Well, no. It started because on the welcome in to Celtics post-game live, I said Celtics trailed for much of this game, mounted an epic comeback, but Miami could not stand the heat of the Inferno. Yes, that's what I said.
That's your headline tonight, right?
That's my headline.
Okay.
And so Chris said, "Ooh, you know what we should do is get a fire extinguisher for Celtics post-up."
So I kind of said it jokingly, but I was kind of looking around the office like, do we have a fire extinguisher here? It seems unsafe if we don't. And then I look in and Abby is in the kitchen, opening every cabinet.
I thought it was a brilliant idea. And if there's going to be a fire extinguisher, there must be one in the kitchen, a kitchen that is actually used for cooking. There's a cooktop.
When you have Michael May in the house, you don't need a fire extinguisher. You're going to have perfect cookies every time.
I mean, I don't want to get anyone in trouble as far as OSHA or safety or whatever. And I know that we have sprinklers in the building. There are fire alarms everywhere.
Upon further inspection, there are plenty of fire extinguishers, including in our studio. But one of our producers, Sarah, was nice enough to run and go get us. Somehow,
she knew who to contact.
No, she's
got people.
She is an expert baker as well, so you got to
Multi-talented.
know where in emergency situations where these things are. And she came in, but the best part was she gave it to you, and normally people are busy; they just turn and leave the room. She sat there and watched you like I have some culpability if this goes off.
Like a hawk, yes.
She stayed to just make sure things didn't get out of hand.
And took it away as soon as we were done with it. And left the studio. There was no messing around.
There was a larger fire extinguisher in the in our sports studio, and I literally tried to pick it up, and I thought it was like the mini bar at a hotel.
Isn't it nailed to the wall?
No.
I mean, I guess
it's in a case.
It's in a case.
I did open.
Do you have to break the glass?
No, luckily. I think you can. But there was a door on it, and I opened it. But then, again, I was worried that if I, moved it, if there was a sensor that, then set off the fire alarm or whatever, I didn't need post-up to be, postponed due to fire alarm.
This is all a very long-winded way to say that Anfernee Simons, the Inferno, was incredible in this Celtics win over the Miami Heat.
I've been, as Abby likes to point out, harsh on Anfernee Simons. I expect a lot out of him. He makes a lot of money. I don't think it's unfair. I think, people want to throw him in every trade rumor. We can debate whether that's fair or not and whether that's turning a corner. That'll be a big portion of this podcast. But one of the things I've yearned for is for him to maintain a consistent output from quarter to quarter, half to half. And so we know he's had a 25-point half against Orlando, I think it was. He had a 27-point half against somebody I'm blanking on, and they won that game. And then tonight, I think he was at 14 or 16 at the half, or 13. I forget what the number was. But I said to you, I was like, what are we thinking?
Does he get over 20?
Yeah, is he going to get over 20? Boy, do I have egg on my face. Because he almost got over 20 in the fourth quarter. And it was great to see on a night where Jalen was, weirdly sloppy with the basketball early.
And even he said himself did not feel right.
Just not himself. Derek White only took 3 first quarter shots and just wasn't himself. Made his only hoop in the fourth quarter. Peyton Pritchard, again, coming off of some underwhelming. I guess the Indy game, he gave him a chance at the end. But I just thought all these guys would be like super locked in, and they just weren't. Miami will do that to you. I'll tell you that.
Especially 3 days in Miami.
That's a lot of Miami. But needing a little something, here's Anfernee, who just offered a little reminder of how valuable it is to have a guy like that, a microwave scorer who just comes in. And I'm telling you, I know they say it on the broadcast all the time. There are guys in the league that get hot. And then there are guys that are Anfernee hot. Because that's like a different level of Anferno.
Well, and can just go and get you a bucket no matter what. At any time. Slicing through defenses. And
what was it he said? When I make a couple, then it's on?
It's on. If I make a couple, it's on.
When it's on, then it's on.
But I think also what has stood out to me about Anfernee, and while I agree with you that consistency would be nice.
With everybody.
No question. I do feel like the way he's been playing impacts winning.
100%.
And so even if he's not scoring 39 a night, he is out there making hustle plays, getting stops, impacting defense, and pulling down rebounds, and just bringing a level of energy that Joe expects from that entire bench unit. And to me, that is something he has consistently brought.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers bear itself out, right? Like when I brought it to Post Up, which you should have been watching. I meant the viewers, not you.
I saw
11-0 now when he scores 17 or more.
Yep.
6 20-plus point games this season. I do agree, especially in the absence of Jason Tatum, you've needed somebody who can help shoulder the scoring load. And I think...
But it also, because you've moved Peyton Pritchard off the bench, he can't be that guy for you. And that is something that this team needs.
Yeah. And my biggest fear was that the reputation was an uninterested defender who struggled to make an impact on that side of the basketball. And the biggest bright spot to Anfernee Simons' time in Boston has been his willingness to invest on that side. 2% below expected right now for opponents. And that's like a really good number, especially a really good number for Anfernee Simons. Now, the Celtics do a great job. His matchup difficulty is among the least in the NBA. They make sure he's guarding a guy that, probably is going to wander a lot, who can't take you off the dribble. But that's like good coaching. Like you know your player's strengths and weaknesses. And let's face it, for a guy who can go get you 39 points, there could not everyone is Jaylen Brown who can bring it on both sides of the basketball every single night. That's why he's in the MVP conversation. But the way Simons is competing, tip my cap.
I want to push back on the reputation that he was disinterested on defense. I don't think that
How would you frame it then?
I would say that was not asked of him. That was not a focus or a priority for him. We are not in those meetings. We're not in those practices. We don't know what the coaches are emphasizing with him night in and night out.
Hey, Anfernee, whatever on defense. I think it was stressed to him that he had a role as a scorer, and that was the priority. But I would say...
And how are they coaching that? What are they emphasizing with him? What are they sending him out there to do night in and night out?
Regardless of the reason, his compete level this year has gone up. Not even 2 notches. It's probably 4 notches. He doesn't lose cutters. He tries to stay attached. He's trying to fight through screens when able. And, look, I get it. I have high expectations for everybody. And I yelled the same thing when Sam Hauser gets pinned or something on a screen. It's just... All I care about is are you giving every bit of effort when you're out there? And I think this year, Anfernee Simons has given way more effort than I thought he would on that side of the basketball.
Well, and to me, he has come in saying all the right things, that all he cares about is
winning.
Doesn't
say a lot.
This is not a role that he is not excited about. He is thrilled to be here in Boston, and he told us that from day one. I think there was some skepticism, but everything that he has done, he is walking the walk of the talk that he is talking. And when you say that compete level, I think that has been there. There was a feature written when he was in Portland in the time when they were losing a lot, and Anfernee was not happy and understood that it doesn't have to be this way. And so I think that compete level is there. I think that the Celtics provide him an opportunity where he is able to grow and develop other parts of his game. They have an incredible support system with his coaching staff and where the points of emphasis are and where they focus his efforts. And so credit to him, credit to them, credit to everyone within the organization. I think that we are getting to see, as Joe said tonight, the full player who Anfernee Simons is capable of being.
I think the other thing that helps is when you win, right? Like, it's a lot easier to go out there and compete every night when you're winning games versus a team that is perpetually in the lottery. And so that's undeniable.
And when you're surrounded by guys who are going all out on defense night in
when
and
you have
night
a
out.
Derek White alongside you, it's a lot easier to play defense.
Yes.
So just in general, I think a lot of things lined up, and I'm saying, like, I'm proud of him. Now, am I going to stop putting him in trade proposals? No. And if I'm Brad Stevens.
What would it take? Okay, so if the Celtics were to trade him away, how do you replace that?
His name is Jason Tatum.
You think Jason's going to be back in mid-February?
Yep.
But he's not going to be the Jason Tatum that
85%,
that left.
75%, whatever you got. And he might not even be mid-February.
It's going to take time for him to get back to Jason Tatum.
They're gonna trade cautiously with this, and maybe they decide it's better to push it into March or whatever. What the fact of the matter is, he's coming back at some point, and even if he's 75% on Jason Tatum, even if he doesn't play every game, even if they manage his minutes, like, it's going to be impactful. Like, no disrespect, but no one off the bench is going to get 28 shots once Jason Tatum is back.
I agree with you.
Like, one of the biggest things is going to be.
But I also don't want to put any pressure on Jason Tatum to have to be.
Sure, and look. It might
guy.
come to pass that the best path forward, like the most prudent path, is to keep Anfernee Simons in Boston and just figure it out over the summer. It's perfectly fine to do that. You still have options to potentially re-sign him. Like, I can't even tell you, like, for sure it won't be a longer engagement than just this year, right? There's a chance that he comes back at a more manageable number, that he is someone you want as part of your long-term core. I think we've seen a lot of flashes in this stretch where, he's been more consistent than Peyton, right? Like, and that's no knock on Peyton. Like, Peyton's been a great starter. I don't think
they
there's
have different jobs.
A lot of people will sit there and say, "Oh, should they move?" Because when Anfernee has a good game, everyone says, "Oh, maybe they move him in." And no, that's just like it's the way it's set up now is good for everybody. But having a surplus of good players is never a bad thing. I do think it just gets more complicated when you think, how are you getting enough shots for Jason, Jalen, Peyton, Derek, and Anfernee? And so if your biggest need is perceived as adding more size, and I think tonight we saw that against an elite big like Bam, both Garza, who brought great energy with the bench, and Keita, who has been an excellent starter, showed a little bit of like what the struggles they would have against an elite big man. And so you just have to continue to what is the best balance for the roster. And unfortunately, because you're not trading Jason, Jalen, or Derek, or Peyton, invariably we revert back to putting Anfernee and Sam in deals. And that's I keep saying it. I mean, no disrespect. But it's just the way it is. That's how we have to drum up these trades.
I'm not really sure that's how no disrespect works. Just because you say it.
I said with all due respect, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And then he says something like outrageous.
You're the worst.
You can't.
All due respect.
You can't just say. You can't just preface everything with all due respect and then say whatever you want.
The rest go away.
But I will say, unequivocally, the Simons played the last 9 games where he's shooting 50% on threes, where he has just been a huge offensive boost, has at least made you consider if the best path forward, maybe more so than you had before, is to have that guy coming off your bench, because it is a luxury.
He has won the Celtics games, and I agree. It's never a bad thing to have more ball handlers out there. I think the postseason is a different beast.
100%.
And
defense in the postseason is a different beast.
Yeah. Yes.
So you just gotta. They're all striving to put the puzzle together.
Yeah. Each possession is a different beast in the postseason.
Having a vehicle you can rely on, that's important. That's why you can rely on 24 Auto Group. They will treat you like family. And that's because they are family owned and operated. They're honest, easy to work with, and they just get it. Whether you're looking for something sporty, something luxurious, or just a solid everyday ride, 24 Auto Group always comes through. With 9 brands and 11 locations across New England, there's something for everyone. And here's the best part. They've got the knack to save you more on a new or pre-owned vehicle, and the knack to pay you more for your trade, up to $2,400 over book value. You can even drive home with just $24 down. So if you want the best deal without the runaround, go see my guys at 24 Auto Group, because you always get more at 24. Online at 24autogroup.com. I want to tell the story about the flag.
Oh, okay. Ugo!
That'll be my headline. Capture the flag. So if you're listening on the audio version, you can't see. I am unfurling a beautiful red and yellow Spain flag.
Spanish flag.
Spanish flag. Is that right?
I don't know.
All right. The flag
it is
of
beautiful.
Spain.
It's big too and shiny.
It is very nice.
The flag of Spain.
So
yes, that's what it is.
The backstory is, as everybody knows, I've fallen in love with.
Everyone on this podcast knows very much.
Yeah, they know how much I love Ugo and his eyebrows, and so I threw it out here on one of the pods.
Ugo playing crunch time tonight against the Heat.
Yeah, it was nice.
Right.
If not for what Anfernee did, I probably would have just came in and talked about Ugo and what the hustle provided.
Is that your backup plan?
Yeah.
When the Celtics were down.
Really,
15 with like 2 minutes to go in the third.
Much like when Rob was here, whenever there was nothing to talk about if things went bad, I was like, just talk about Rob for a little bit. Like how awesome he is. He had that one dunk. I'm showing Abby, just so you guys know that how much I still love Rob. We're getting ready to do post up. She's got a fire extinguisher. I've got a flag, and I said, "Oh, look, Rob threw down like a fun alley-oop tonight," and it was from Drew Holiday.
I think Drew Holiday had the assist.
The memories.
It was nice.
Anyway, so I had mentioned on this podcast that I should get a Spanish flag, and that way
you can be prepared.
Yeah, when Ugo had a big night, I'd be able to run around the studio like a maniac and just wave this and have some fun with it. We just need more props in general in what we do, my buzzers and stuff like that.
I'm a devoted fan of the Celtics Talk podcast.
Thank you. And as a faithful listener,
yes,
the faithful listeners heard that I needed a flag, and so lo and behold, over the Christmas break, we were sitting at the table playing cards. My daughters had some friends over, and
Zoe and Lexi. Shout out.
So we get the notification on the Echo that an Amazon delivery has arrived. So they run outside and they come back in and they rip open the package and they're like, "It's a flag!" And so I'm in the other room and I'm like half paying attention because I'm just assuming it's something my wife ordered.
Yeah.
And they
Makes
say
sense.
they're like, "What is this?" And so my daughter's friend Sophia pulls up the emoji app.
So they're not using AI.
No, they're not using AI, not using Google,
okay.
not pulling up flags of the world. They go to the emojis,
right.
which is the
globe,
tiniest,
no map.
tiniest little. But somehow
they're looking for colors. Yeah.
Oh, it's Spain, and
they nailed it.
And so again, not half paying attention. I go, "Oh, I know what that is."
From the other room.
But I said, "Is there a note with it?" And they said no. So we rifle through the bag, and there's nothing. And so I come into the office a couple days later, and I go, "Hey, which one of you sent this?" And everyone's just staring at me blankly. And they're like, "We didn't send it to you, man." And so the back.
You thought they were lying.
Yeah, I did. I just
assumed.
assumed. I said someone went into the files on our work systems, figured out my home address, and sent it
They
there.
stalked you, yes.
And then I started to worry because a few things have shown up at the house from. That
makes it less funny.
Unrequested. But no, it actually made it funnier because once I knew it was okay, I had a good feeling it wasn't just a random listener sending it. Although if you did, send a note, send it to the studio, don't send it to my house. So a week goes by and I'm thinking no one's fessing up to this thing. I must have brought it up on the pod again.
Mm-hmm.
And so
did.
Abby, as a faithful listener, texts me the next morning and says, "It me?"
It's me.
And I thought she meant because the Celtics had won the night before and they had lost the game we had potted right before that.
Mm-hmm.
She was saying further, "Yes, I am the jinx that is costing the team wins." So I replied back, "Yep, you are."
It made me feel bad about it. And so then I was like, fine, I'm not going to tell you what it is. You're just going to talk smack.
But I haven't seen Abby besides these brief
I don't come into studio
garden
very
visits,
often.
so she shows up tonight. So the first thing I do, I go, "Look at this! I got a flag!"
And I tried to, I couldn't decide what I wanted to do.
But it made it so funny because I could tell on your face, I was like, and you were like, "It's me," and I was like, "Oh, now I get it." Now,
do I tell him how long should I just let it go? Should I
Now
just keep it?
which warmed the heart
The
of
secret.
my entire family, who are glad that there's not some psycho flag
I'm
signer
so
out
relieved.
there.
And for the record, I have Chris's address, so I can. We exchange Christmas cards.
Yeah.
I get one from his family. He gets one.
You
from
didn't get
mine.
one this year because we didn't.
And
send them.
and I don't know how to add notes on Amazon.
That's fine.
I didn't.
It made it better.
Yes.
I would not have had a Celtic Talk story.
And now you have a Spanish flag to wave around whenever Ugo has a big night.
And I suspect this flag is going to get a ton of use.
I'd say he's only 19 years old.
Only 19,
So
so I get
much
like 20
time.
years of flag waving. Do you think it'll hold up?
20 years.
Yeah. Do you think like in 2030, 240? I can't do math. 2046, I'll be in here waving this flag.
I'm pretty sure it cost $5. So I'm going to say no.
I'm gonna say yes. Who's gonna
About holding up?
Who's gonna fact check that in 2046?
Are we going to be here in
Will there be
2046?
podcasts in 2046? Will they just be like,
In the same room?
yeah, well, that would be in no way depressing. Look, if I'm still doing this podcast in 2046, then something broke my way.
Yes,
Yeah,
right?
right?
That would be great.
Like, one, I'll be
We're
alive,
both here. Yeah,
which would be
2046.
awesome. And two, I'll still be employed, which is like, everybody's dream. So,
It's like the Instagram meme right now. 2016. What were
Yes.
you doing in 2016?
Are you
Now we
gonna
know what we were
participate in
doing in
that?
2026. No. I saw a conspiracy theory that it's just AI trying to teach
what
trying to
people
learn
age.
how people age.
Don't you think they can do that without us posting pictures?
I don't know.
AI is pretty smart. Like I'm not a big Chat GPT
AI
guy.
definitely would have recognized what flag that was.
Right? Like
Immediately.
Instead, she's scrolling through, not Australia.
This tiny flag.
I'm telling you, pull up your emoji keyboard. I don't know how she did it. I don't even even if you click
I don't
it, does
think
it
I
say,
could. Yes.
If you do you hold it, does it say what country it is?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to quiz this.
Could
Good.
I mean, if you have an inkling, then you could type in Spain in the search, and then
fair.
that would show up.
Fair.
But
I don't think that's the way she went. Unless she just started alphabetically going through countries. Australia.
I also have not done a
Albania.
good job on Instagram posting
Mm.
recently.
I mean,
for a while,
really?
like a really long time.
Do you want to talk about you taking a little social media break?
No, because I'm on it all the time. I'm not contributing to the conversation.
I just heard someone said they gave it up, and I was like, oh, that's really good of
My
them.
husband did. And now he's really annoying because I have a lot of DMs that I need to send him. And I have to text him. And he's like, I'm not on Instagram. And I'm like, but you have to see this.
We were sending. We have a golden doodle, and we just the
Named Kemba, in
Kemba,
case
and
the faithful listeners don't know.
Lexi and Nicole were finding like the dog would be doing some crazy dance, like AI generated, of course,
Yes.
and it was hilarious.
Do you know how long it took me to figure out that one where they're like, they raise the leg and they do the thing? I watched so many videos. I was like, wow. And then I was like, oh, wait, that's AI. And you know what did it for me? A snowboard. Some guy was snowboarding. And then I saw that the snowboard split in half.
That's your algorithm.
I know. Right, because I was watching one. I was like, wow. And then a whole bunch came through.
I tried to get Taco Bell to be your algorithm by sending 47 Taco Bell Cantina.
Taco Bell Cantina in Indianapolis. The
Elite.
best. Can't be beat.
Elite.
Elite.
This is the part of the program where I
The
apologize.
Celtics did win tonight.
It was, and we've talked a good amount about it. Like, Anfernee Simons was awesome. Derek White had some moments. Jaylen Brown could have had a better game, but
Celtics bench, Luka Garza playing in crunch
they
time.
were good. But Taco Bell Cantina to me is way more interesting.
I mean, I agree. I just don't know if your listeners.
Yeah, well, they don't get to control it. Give them like 6 hours a week, Abby. Like,
You're
like
They also
if I
don't
want
get
for
to
20
decide if Anfernee Simons
if
gets
20
traded
minutes
or
of me,
not.
if I want to indulge for 20 minutes about a flag and a gordita crunch, guess what?
That's your order?
I like to mix it up.
I like it serious you got.
There was a
I've never had a gordita crunch. Wait,
Have
isn't
you
a
lived?
gordita already crunchy? Because it's fried.
I believe. I'm trying to think if I'm gonna get this right. There's different variations, but I do believe it's always been crunchy. Yeah, like I don't know
Yeah,
if the crunchy.
it's already
the crunchy might be
crunchy.
superfluous, but
Superfluous. Superfluous?
yep. I'm a journalist.
Communications major.
I write words. I don't have to usually
I
say
am
them.
going to give this to my students at BC to listen to. Their final project. I'm teaching a course at
You're the
BC this
worst.
semester. Their final project is to make sports media. Look what we're doing. We just did that.
I no longer want this flag.
Oh.
I'm kidding. It's my favorite. But the Taco Bell Cantina.
Back to the Taco Bell Cantina.
Back to my agenda.
It's midnight, by the way. I'm just going to throw that
I know
out
I've
there.
asked you this question. I live out in the middle of nowhere. Is there Taco Bell Cantinas out here?
No.
Didn't one go
There's
in Great
Taco
Scott?
Bells.
Didn't Taco Bell Cantina go into Great Scott and Olsen? Destroyed like my 20s?
I have no idea about that. I know
I believe it went out of business already.
I know the closest one to downtown Boston is in Woburn, and it is a combo Taco Bell and KFC.
Yeah, that's what we have in Auburn. So.
And I tried to go there one night after a game, and it was way out of the way. I was trying to go to Hanscom, took an extra. It added 20 minutes. I regretted my decision until I ate the food, and then I was happy again. But I almost missed the plane, so maybe not worth it.
Okay, so let's get this back on track. To wrap up.
Oh, you get to bring it back on track.
What's your order?
On the rails.
What's your order?
It depends on the day. I love. I always get a taco supreme, hard taco supreme. I enjoy a bean burrito from time to time.
No judgment.
And more recently, a little Mexican pizza. Have you ever had that?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I believe you mentioned some cinnamon twist.
Cinnamon twist, yes.
Yeah,
but I mean, those are just icing on the cake. If I'm there,
literally,
might as well get them.
The cherry on the sundae. So they used to have. I forget if it was. I'm going to confuse my bulk product ordering. I think it was the mega meal, and I believe it was just 10 hard tacos, not supreme, just regular.
Right.
In a super handy carry box.
After my sister's bachelorette party, which she lasted all of 2 hours. We had a lot of time afterwards. We got 2 boxes of 10 tacos, but we got supreme.
So see, the problem with me was there was no we. we was me in my car.
Without the sour cream, those tacos are very
That's
small.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
Thank you for making me feel better about myself.
I get it. I can see that. The lettuce is good.
Yeah.
I like their tomatoes. I can never find tomatoes that are so finely chopped and stay separate.
Not overly how you chop a tomato and
it's all mushy and watery.
Yeah.
It just mixes with everything.
Probably fake tomatoes.
I'm
or
aware.
Something,
As we're talking right now, I'm aware. There's got to be chemicals.
Yeah. But hey, they do a good job with it. And now I really
everything in moderation.
Yeah.
Even Taco Bell.
I'm gonna Google Cantina as soon as we're done with this podcast. If you made it this far, as always, I appreciate you. The podcast producers have got to hate me because at midnight we're sitting here rambling about Taco Bell Cantina. We paid no attention to the game. You know what? We'll be back on Saturday.
I tried.
Are you going to hang out on Saturday night and do the pod?
I am. Yes, I'm very excited.
Tom Giles is reveling in getting a couple nights off here. All right. Well, I need everybody to go subscribe. I can't promise
Kayla's on the road, living life. She's in South Beach. Gets to go to Hotlanta.
Lemon pepper
and I'm
wing.
here in this podcast studio with you, Chris Forsberg, talking about
what a win.
Gordita crunches.
Just as we drew it up. We'll catch you next time.
That is how we like it.
On the Celtics Talk podcast.
Good night.